What if war came closer than you ever expected? What if the world changed in just one night? Would you survive the next 72 hours without help? The European Union has given a serious warning to its people. They are asking all citizens to prepare for emergencies. They want everyone to keep food, water, and other important supplies that can last at least 72 hours. That's 3 days of being able to take care of yourself and your family if something bad happens. This message was sent to 450 million people living in Europe. The reason for this warning is because of the many threats the world is facing right now. Things like war, cyber attacks, dangerous weather, and even disease outbreaks. Europe believes people must be ready in case any of these problems affect them. They don't want to scare people, but they do want everyone to be smart and prepared. One of the big concerns is the ongoing war in Ukraine. Russia has already caused big problems, and some leaders are worried it might try more dangerous things by the year 2030. Europe used to depend a lot on the United States for protection, especially through NATO, but now, leaders are saying that Europe must take more responsibility for its own safety. A top Europe official named Haja Labib said that today's problems are more serious and more connected than ever before. She shared a new plan for how Europe can get ready for disasters. She said it's important for people to have basic items like food, water, medicine, flashlights, radios, an important document. These things can help families stay safe until help arrives. Europe is also building something called a strategic reserve. This is a collection of tools and supplies that can be used during an emergency. It includes firefighting planes, medical supplies, energy equipment, and things that can protect people from chemical or nuclear threats. They want to make sure countries have the tools they need when something big happens. This kind of preparation is not new. Countries like Sweden, Finland, and France have already made plans like this. Sweden, for example, updated its emergency advice so people know what to do if there is a nuclear attack. Germany also made changes to its defense plans to better protect its people. Europe says that not all countries in Europe are equally prepared, so they are asking all countries to work together and share resources. They don't want people to just react after something bad happens. They want everyone to be ready before anything goes wrong. Another reason this message is important is because of how the world is changing. Europe released a document saying that Europe is entering a new reality filled with danger and uncertainty. They talked about how Russia's war, rising tensions with other countries, and cyber attacks are all major threats. They said that some people are even trying to damage important infrastructure like power systems or internet networks. Because of all this, Europe says it's time to create a new way of thinking. They want people to develop a habit of being prepared and staying strong. They call this a culture of preparedness and resilience. This means that people should not only have supplies, but also be mentally strong and ready to help others. They also want schools to start teaching students how to prepare for emergencies. Students should learn how to recognize fake news, protect themselves, and stay calm during a crisis. The idea is that if young people learn these skills now, they will grow up ready to face any challenge. Ursula von der Leyen, the president of the European Commission, said that Europe needs new tools to stop crises and respond quickly when disaster hits. She said that people, businesses, and governments all have a role to play in staying safe. Europe is not alone in this thinking. Germany, for example, made a new defense plan last year. Their leaders said that it's important to prepare for possible conflict in Europe. They believe that being ready now will help protect their country in the future. NATO, the group that includes countries like the US and many in Europe, is also asking countries to be united. The head of NATO, Mark Rutte, said that Europe needs to build up its military and defense systems. He said that trust between NATO countries is lower than before, and that Europe needs to rely more on itself. NATO was created 76 years ago to protect countries and keep peace in Europe. But now, the US is saying that Europe must handle more of its own security. This has made European leaders work faster to improve their own defense. All of these warnings are not meant to make people panic. They are meant to help people be ready. If something bad happens, the first few days are always the hardest. That's why Europe says everyone should be able to take care of themselves for at least 72 hours. This doesn't mean you need to build a bunker or panic, buy everything at the store. It just means having a few things ready at home, so you and your family can stay safe for a little while. So what should you keep in your home? You need food that doesn't go bad quickly. You need clean drinking water. You should have a flashlight and extra batteries. You should keep some basic medicine and a small first aid kit. You need your ID and important papers in a safe place. A small radio that can work without internet or power is also helpful. You should also have a charger for your phone or a power bank. If you take medicine every day, keep a little extra just in case. Talk to your family and make a simple plan. Decide where to meet if the power goes out or if phones stop working. Know who to call in an emergency and write down important numbers. These simple steps can make a big difference. If something bad happens, you won't have to worry as much because you're already prepared. The EU also says it's important to be careful about where you get your information. In a crisis, some people might spread fake news to confuse or scare others. That's why it's important to listen to official sources like the government or trusted news channels. Being prepared doesn't mean you expect the worst. It just means you're ready to handle it if it happens. It's like wearing a seatbelt. You don't expect to crash, but you wear one just in case. In today's world, being ready is not just smart, it's necessary. And it doesn't take much. A few supplies, a simple plan, and a clear mind can help you and your family stay safe. So even if you don't live in Europe, this is a good reminder. Storms, blackouts, or other problems can happen anywhere. It's always a good idea to be ready for a few days without help. That's what the Europe is saying. Not to be afraid, but to be prepared. Because when people are ready, they don't just survive, they help others too. And that makes everyone stronger. People often think emergencies only happen in movies. But the truth is, real disasters can hit when we least expect them. The EU's warning is not just about Europe. It's a reminder to the whole world that being ready matters everywhere. Many people wait until the last minute to act. But when shelves are empty and the power is gone, it's already too late. That's why planning now can save lives later. Even small things can make a big difference. A flashlight can guide you in the dark. A bottle of water can keep you going when taps run dry. A radio can be your only connection to what's happening outside. Preparing doesn't mean living in fear. It means being strong when others panic. It means helping your family stay calm. When you're ready, you don't just protect yourself. You become someone others can count on. And in hard times, that kind of strength is powerful. Most people think they'll act when the time comes. But when that moment arrives, it's already moving too fast. Emergency trucks can't reach every house. Phone networks get overloaded. The store you counted on might be closed or empty. And in that silence, what matters most is what you already have with you. That's why this warning isn't about fear. It's about being one step ahead. The EU knows that disaster doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't knock before entering. Leaders are not just thinking about today. They're thinking about the next 5 years, 10 years, and beyond. They see signs, tensions between nations, digital threats, rising temperatures, unstable economies. And when all these problems mix together, it creates the perfect storm. Russia is just one of the many reasons Europe is on edge. Cyber attacks can shut down power grids without a single missile being fired. Fake news can spread faster than facts, causing panic and confusion. And viruses, like the one the world saw in 2020, can stop everything in its tracks. So the question is not if something will happen. It's when. And when it does, who will be ready? You don't need to build a bunker or buy 10 years of food, but you do need to think about where you live, what you rely on every day, and how quickly those things could disappear. A working flashlight when the lights go out, clean water when the tap runs dry, charged batteries when the power fails, all simple things. Until you don't have them. That's why the EU is acting now. They don't want another crisis to catch them off guard. They want every household to become a small unit of strength, not a weak point in a bigger chain. And strength isn't just about gear. It's also about mindset. Can you stay calm when others panic? Can you focus when everything feels out of control? That's what being truly prepared means. It's not just survival. It's confidence. It's the power to protect yourself and the ones you love. And this isn't just a European problem. The whole world is watching. Because if Europe is warning its people, maybe others should listen too. These problems don't need passports, war, viruses, and digital attacks can travel fast, across oceans and borders. Preparedness is no longer optional. It's a basic skill, like reading or cooking, and the best time to learn it is now, not later. Stay safe, stay smart, and stay prepared.